What's up, guys? Well, today I figured I'd go ahead and introduce you another vacuum that's part of my collection, and this is yet another Hoover. As if I don't already have enough Hoovers in my collection, I'll go ahead and introduce to you one of the last Hoover concept uprights to come out of the mid-2000s. Right here I've got a Hoover PowerMax Supreme. This is, like I said, the PowerMax is the latest concept style Hoover upright that they offered in the early to mid 90s before they were replaced with the Power Drive, and which that was basically an elite concept crossover. Basically you had the bottom end of a concept, top end of an elite. But this right here was definitely one of the last full-blood concept machines. And I'll go ahead and show you all the features that this comes with. This was another eBay purchase, which is in very impeccable condition for its age. So right here, I'll go ahead and show you down here. As you can see, it uses only 7.5 amps. It's got brushed edge cleaning. This is self-propelled, like all PowerMaxes were. The cleaning effectiveness per amp, 19.5. Right here's all your carpet height settings. It only has about 3 carpet height settings, which I always leave it at medium for the pile of my carpet. Right here is the dirt finder headlight. This was actually blown out when I got it. It has 2 light bulbs and both were blown out, but that was an easy fix. I actually upgraded to LED lights. So it's a lot brighter, and LED lights have a longer lifespan, and they do produce a little bit different of a light color glow, I don't know if I'm saying that right, than traditional halogens. The only imperfection that I do see in this vacuum is that there's a little tear right here in the hose. But that's not a huge deal. The previous seller just taped that up just to make sure you're having good enough suction. This does have the permanently mounted hose that basically just slides in right here. And then you could twist it to lock it in place. This is unfortunately not like the Hoover Legacies, where you could switch it all the way over to its high pile setting and all of the suction goes through the hose. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. So it basically has whatever is left of the suction that's going through the hose, and some of it will go to the head of the vacuum. So I kind of wish Hoover would have thought ahead on designing that. I wish they kind of designed it a little like the Legacies, because the suction is really terrible. I honestly think the hose suction is worse on this than it is on an Elite. But anyway, we'll talk about that later in the video. Anyway, on the front, you do have all your tool storage. Sometimes this little dusting brush likes to fall out of its place. But anyway, there's that. Here's your crevice tool and your upholstery tool. They are nicely hidden in this translucent door. There were some models of the PowerMax where they did come with a variable speed motor right here. As you see right here, it says the automatic tool conversion. It's energy efficient, 99.9% microfiltration, down to 5 microns. But anyway, back on tool storage, one thing I do like about this is that this thing, I'm not too sure if this was factory or not, but they came with metal extension wands, and 2 of them, I might add. I'm not too sure if this is an original thing or or these were just replacements to the plastic ones that it possibly used to have, but I find that very cool to have. So anyway, up on top here, right here is your power switch on the back, and your switch for your self-propelled is up there. So you can see the handle does slide forward and back. And you can see there is another notch right here that says power surge. Basically, you hold that in that position, and if you don't, it springs back. This is not like a 2-speed motor, basically. Well, actually it is. It's just you can't leave it on the power surge function, because that would put a lot more strain on the motor, and it would overheat a lot quicker. That's mostly for high piles. So if you let go, it'll basically fall back into the regular on position, which is quite an interesting feature that Hoover did back in the day for any of the older Concept 1s, Concept 2s, and even the PowerMax. I think they even did it on some of the convertible machines, even the Decade machines. So anyway, right here, back here, it's got a very long, I think it's about a 30-foot cord. We'll go ahead and release that. Another bit of imperfection right here is this little tear in the mount for the cord. I'm not too sure why that started happening, but there's no like tears in the actual cord material per se, so I'm not entirely worried about that. Right back here, you do have a nice little scent tablet right here. Basically open that to relieve fresh air. Like I said, well, actually you did come with replaceable tablets, but I think this one just completely went missing, which was kind of a thing for direct air Hoovers at the time, because you don't want that weird vacuum smell coming out. You could put some little scent tablets to remedy that. So anyway, let's go ahead and show you your bag. The zipper is kind of stiff on this thing. Inside right here is your Hoover Type A bag, which I am running a HEPA cloth bag in this. Filters out much better than even the genuine paper bags that this thing originally came with from the factory. Okay, now let's go ahead and flip it on its back so you can see the underside. Right here is its brush roll. This is the original brush roll. If there's one thing that definitely angers me about these old concept machines, and even the Power Drive falls into this category, you can't get replacement brush rolls for these things anymore, which kind of sucks, because these were excellent vacuums back then. But unfortunately, this design patent didn't expire, so companies like Cleveland Wood Products, which makes generic replacement brush rolls for other Hoover products, can't make them for this, which kind of sucks. Right here is your little tabs to release the bottom plate off, which it's much easier to change the belt. And see, this does have a dual belt system. As you can see, you have one belt to work your brush roll and then another for your self-propelled. Anyway, let's go ahead and make a lousy attempt to put this bottom plate back on. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and let's go ahead and see if I can't show you the model number right here. Hoover Cleaner model U3737-930. For those of you who don't know how to serial date these old like late 80s, 90s, and early 2000s Hoovers. The first two digits are the month that this was made, so 03, so that would be March. And then the third and fourth digits are the year. So this vacuum was made in March of 1994. And for those of you who don't know the history of these concept style uprights, I want to say 94 was the final production year for the PowerMax before they were replaced by the Power Drive in 95. I'm not too sure if it was 95 or 96 that when the Power Drive came out, because they were essentially like a cross between the PowerMax and a Hoover Dimension, which is an elite style machine. So anyway, now we'll go ahead and plug it in. And we'll go ahead and turn this screamer on. And you can hear the way it runs. It does run very smooth, but like I said, it's very loud, which is the thing with all these old Hoovers. They may be loud and unrefined. I honestly think this might be louder than any of the Elites that I have. But the cleaning performance that this thing makes definitely makes up for that. So we'll go ahead and switch it on, and we'll get cleaning. do love this vacuum, but there's a couple things that are quite unbearable, and that would be the noise that this thing makes when it's running, because this thing is extremely loud. And also another thing I don't like, which is kind of good and bad at the same time, the self-propelled drive is so snappy on this thing. You'll practically be fishtailing around whichever room you're vacuuming if you use that self-propelled. So yeah, it works very well. That's one thing I could definitely say. But now we'll go ahead and show you in tool mode. Like I said, the suction from this is very terrible. It has almost little to no suction at all. So if you can barely hear me from all that noise, the tool suction is really awful. I honestly think an Elite has better tool suction than this does, which is honestly one advantage I think the predecessor Concept 2 has over this, because they, instead of giving you an onboard hose and tools, they actually give you a built-in dust buster, which I'm still contemplating whether or not I want to get a Concept 2, because my collection's already starting to fill up and I'm running out of space, and at the same time I'm also running out of money, which a lot of people are probably aware that sometimes being a collector in vacuums can cause a little bit of financial stress here and there, because you have a bunch of other priority bills to take care of in your life: car payments, house payments, water, electricity, internet, a bunch of all that stuff, but you don't need to worry about that on my end. So I hope you enjoyed this Hoover PowerMax Supreme. Be sure to stay tuned. Don't forget to like, rate, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.